Login complete. Welcome to Alyx's world.
Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta be honest with you. I love Triple H. I think when it comes to being the right man to lead WWE into a new era, there's no better person than the game, especially following Vincent Kennedy McMahon's leave. I always will love what Triple H has done and will do for the company. But I gotta be honest with you. I gotta be 100% transparent when it comes to tonight's Monday Night Raw on April 22nd of 2024, 1 week away from the draft. When it was all said and done, and they did the Women's Battle Royal, and I saw Becky Lynch win her seventh Women's Championship and not Liv Morgan. This was the first time in a while, under Triple H, mind you, that I let the show going, huh? Really? Really? They didn't give the belt to Liv Morgan. I'm sorry. Call me crazy, but I thought Liv winning that title was a layup. I mean, think about it. Storyline-wise, the best person to win this championship was Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan took out Rhea Ripley. She attacked her, injured her. So why would you not then give Liv Morgan the championship that she's so sought after? That's the whole point of her having this whole revenge tour. Take the belt off of Rhea and then win the title. And then you have the perfect foil, the perfect villain, the perfect antagonist for Rhea Ripley to come back as a babyface. It was a layup. I said it last week. I'm like, I don't see them giving it to anyone but Liv Morgan. It has to be Liv Morgan. They gave it to Becky Lynch. After Becky Lynch lost clean. Straight up lost clean to Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Huh? What? I don't know what to add to this other than that was just a very bizarre way to end the show. For me, personally. I'm not saying that you didn't have to like it. And again, congratulations. I love Becky. Don't get me wrong. I 100% love Becky Lynch. I think Becky is one of the greatest female wrestlers to ever do it, and definitely one of the best female wrestlers in the world today. I just feel like I feel like usually, especially under Triple H, what's obvious and what the fans expect and what the fans are looking forward to, which again, when it comes to the future of that women's championship, we know Rhea Ripley is going to come back and win the title. And the best person to give her that championship victory is Liv Morgan, no one else. I would think sometimes what's predictable is the best outcome. That's one thing under Triple H, right? This isn't a Vince Russo kind of thing where when Vince Russo was writing for WCW or TNA or any kind of wrestling show, he would always go with what fans didn't expect, which sometimes can be good, but most of the time, it never worked out well. Because if you're just swerving and swerving and swerving, bro, swerving all the time, all you do is just make people not care. Sometimes it's always good to go with what's predictable. And the predictable choice was Liv Morgan. I felt like we got swerved. And look, Triple H is not afraid to swerve fans. Matter of fact, he's someone that loves to swerve fans. You know, he loves to take expectations and flip them on his head. He loves that. I think that's a good thing to have. But I have to wonder, and again, I'm not going to sit here and tell anyone how to feel. I love Becky Lynch. I think, without question, she deserves to be champ. Congratulations to her. Seriously, congratulations to Liv Morgan. But man. So, follow me here. And I've been sitting on this for a while. There has to be a reason for this. Because Triple H is aware. We always talk about Vince McMahon being out of touch. Him not listening to the fans. Triple H is the complete opposite. I'm pretty sure he knew. He knows that fans expected Liv Morgan to win this match. So there has to be a reason why he put the belt on Becky and not Liv. Especially after Becky just lost to Rhea Ripley. And I was sitting here thinking like, okay, well, we have to set out events. There are big shows coming up. We need some stars on the show, right? Well, Becky Lynch is a star. We don't have Rhea Ripley. So someone has to fill in that hole while Rhea Ripley's gone. And we don't know how long Rhea is going to be out. We suspect that Rhea will be out until SummerSlam, but who knows? She might be out longer. Okay, in the meantime, does WWE trust Liv Morgan as she is now? As she is now to carry the women's division, let alone carry an episode of Raw. Honestly, I don't. So, the safest bet to fill in that hole, whether you like it or not, was Becky Lynch. And if it wasn't going to be Becky Lynch, dear God, it would have been Charlotte Flair. I hope you know that. Now, Charlotte's hurt. If she was healthy, I want you to know something. If Becky was on vacation, if she decided to stay on vacation, and they had to bring in a star to replace Rhea Ripley, you best believe if Charlotte Flair was healthy, this would have gone straight to Charlotte Flair for her 15th championship run. I hate to say it, but we're talking about star power right now. Right now. Okay? And the biggest female wrestler on the roster, it's not Liv Morgan. It's not Nia Jax. It's not, I love her, but it's not Chelsea Green. It ain't any one of them. It's Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is a proven draw. So that is the safe bet. That is the safe choice. But is it the right choice? That's when we kind of get into, all right, I get the business aspect, but was it the right choice for the storyline? Right? I gotta be honest with you. I don't know. I feel like it wasn't. Because Story Sense tells you Liv should have won this belt. You build her up as a heel, and then she fights Rhea when she comes back, right? But again, I don't know how long Rhea's going to be out. And Liv right now, as she isn't strong enough as a character. As a character. To carry that belt for, we're talking, 3 months? That's a long time. And we're assuming Rhea would be back by SummerSlam. So we might be seeing 3 to 6 to 9 months. Maybe even a full year. Is Liv strong enough to potentially hold it for that long? No, she's not. So, how do we get her there? She beats Becky Lynch. Now, admittedly so, this is me just trying to make sense out of it. I could be far off. Completely far off with this speculation, with my perspective. And if I'm wrong, I'll come up here and admit it. I want to let this play out. And here's why. There has to be a reason. There has to be a reason they had Liv Morgan get the heat for taking Rhea Ripley out. And people are going to say, well, not every feud needs a championship. Okay, this one needs the championship. You don't do Liv and Rhea Ripley with all of this heat and not have it be for the championship. So there has to be a reason they're giving Liv this heat. But then there's also something that's really, really eating at me. It happened tonight. in a backstage segment. Dominik Mysterio, some of you know where I'm going with this. Dominik Mysterio was talking to, I forgot who he was talking to, but it was Ricochet. And they were doing their tit for tat, their tit for spat, whatever the fuck. And Ricochet walked off. Dominik Mysterio turns around and walks into Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio stare at each other for what felt like an eternity. And then it just cuts to the next segment. We don't see what happens. That was eating at me. Because I saw that the first time and I went, what was that? What? See, now, after seeing what happened in the main event, now I'm going, are we getting ready to set up a breakup between Dom and Rhea Ripley? Because if you want Rhea Ripley to be a babyface, a mega babyface, what a better way to get Rhea over than by having Dominik Mysterio turn on Rhea and help Liv Morgan win the championship. And this is out of the realm of possibility, because, again, that is a big angle we're talking about. That would imply that Dominik Mysterio and Judgment Day are breaking up, which I don't know. We don't know that yet. But something has to be brewing here between Dominik Mysterio and Liv Morgan. And the more I think about it, it does feel like Dom is going to join Liv and help her win the championship and thus leave Rhea Ripley while Rhea Ripley is out hurt. It makes sense. I mean, we also got Backlash coming up in 2 weeks. We also got the draft coming up in a week. Maybe they're going to move Becky Lynch over to SmackDown and bring the WWE Championship over to Raw. Bayley. Okay, well, Liv beats Bayley for the championship. And then we still do Liv and Rhea Ripley. It doesn't really change much. It's just, who does she beat for the championship, right? I don't think that's going to happen. But, yeah, I would think, well, we got to have it on somebody. And then we also got to get this. We got to get this championship to the pay-per-view. Because ultimately, that's what matters. Man. The more I think about it, I think that's what they're setting up. I think they're setting up Dominik Mysterio joining with Liv Morgan and helping Liv Morgan beat Becky Lynch. Wow. I didn't think they were going to go all the way with this Liv and Rhea Ripley feud. So not only does Liv take Rhea's championship reign away from her, not only will she take her championship from her, but now she's going to take her man? Yo! Triple H! My dude! Is that what we doing? Liv's going to take everything away from Rhea? Oh my days! Liv's gonna take Dom away from Rhea Ripley. Oh man, I hope that happens. Look, I'm gonna let this play out. I completely understand giving Becky Lynch the Women's World Championship, okay? Storyline wise, it doesn't make much sense, but from a business perspective, she's the biggest star they got under Rhea Ripley. We gotta sell tickets, we gotta get to pay-per-views. We got, Saudi Arabia coming up, and then we got Queen of the Ring coming up, which is also kind of ridiculous. I didn't think about that. Why couldn't they have just done Queen of the Ring? And then, okay, well, regardless, they could have done Queen of the Ring. They have Money in the Bank coming up. You got all these shows. They got Clash of the Castle again. Yeah, there's, and then not that far after that is Money in the Bank, and then SummerSlam. So it's a tight schedule that they have to sell out seats, like 10,000, not even over 10,000, 12,000, 14,000, 16,000. You need stars. So the safe choice was Becky. The long-term choice, I'm hoping and praying, is Liv Morgan. Hell, she might win in at Backlash. I don't even know if we're going to be doing Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan at Backlash. Maybe we'll set something up next week. Maybe. Maybe Liv Morgan will come out and challenge Becky Lynch. And then we do Liv and Becky at Backlash. And maybe that's an ongoing feud. We got to get something going, right? I don't think they're going to have one match and then let that be the end of it. I do think they're going to have a series of matches where Dom is involved. I mean, Dom got punched the hell out of by Becky. So I'm expecting Dom to play a role here. Man, I think that's what they're going to do. Sometimes when it comes to people like Triple H, it's best to give him a while to work, right? Because I think back to, what's the storyline? I mean, let's go recent. I think back to when Rock and Roman Reigns came back, and they didn't do that match at WrestleMania. And I'm thinking, y'all know that that's the biggest match you can possibly do at a WrestleMania, right? But then instead, they went with Cody Rhodes and Roman. And then I said, okay, so where does that leave Rock? Are you going to do Rock? Are you going to do Rock and Cody? Like, what are we doing here? What is Rock going to do? Is he just not going to do anything? They turned Rock heel, and then what ended up happening was so much better than what we could ever have imagined. Like, the final boss Rock is literally one of the best characters, one of the best heel characters we've gotten. And so, we got something better than what we anticipated, right? It wasn't what we wanted, but what we got was better. Even if they had done Rock and Roman, what we got, I felt was better for the future. Because now when they do Rock and Roman, and you add in this new bloodline storyline, you give it a year build, and Rock is a heel, and then maybe Roman will be a babyface. And then you do the match next year, WrestleMania 41. Oh, it's going to be so much better. So, I'm willing to give Triple H the benefit of the doubt. I'm willing to sit here, wait it out, let it play out. Let's see where we are. Backlash was in 2 weeks. Let's see where we are by Backlash. Not even that. And you know what? Because if they do Liv and Becky at Backlash, I wouldn't be surprised if Liv didn't win it then. She might not win until, I don't know, Saudi Arabia, which is in a month. I'm going to give it until June. Let me let it play out. Let me wait until June. Let me trust the process. Let me give it some time. I don't want to just lose my mind and start firing shotgun shrapnels and end up saying something that I will regret. Do I think Becky Lynch made the most sense storyline-wise? Absolutely not. Liv Morgan was my pick to win. Liv Morgan, in my opinion, would have been the one I would have had win this Battle Royal. It is perfect for her. It's a Battle Royal. It's a Battle Royal. And you still could have done exactly what you were going to do. Have her defend the belt against Becky Lynch at the pay-per-view, and then she had Dom help her retain, and then we build her as a heel character, and that's what we do. You know, and I just feel like, right now, if you were ever going to put this championship on Liv Morgan, it's gotta be now. It is the perfect time to do it. We don't know how long Rhea's gonna be out. It doesn't matter. She could be out for the rest of the year. This is gold. This gold mine you are sitting on with Liv Morgan as a heel champ, especially if she gets Dominik Mysterio. Man, I'm all right. We're gonna let it play out. I think business-wise, Becky was the best choice. Liv is not ready yet. Liv is not the kind of person I can see selling out 10,000, 12,000, 15,000 seats. Becky Lynch has proven she can sell out a building. And I know that because I told this story before. During her run in 2019? The build to WrestleMania 35, she came here to Houston. And she was doing a meet and greet where she was signing autographs at this cricket store. It was a cricket store. I was there live. I was there. The line was so long, it wrapped around the entire complex. There were people driving from out of town to come see Becky Lynch. Understand me, Becky has proven that she is a draw. So they went with the safe choice. Liv ain't doing that yet. Could she do that? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But yeah, I completely understand going with Becky. I'll say this and then we'll get to the review, because I'm seeing a lot of super chats here. I don't think Becky Lynch is going to hold that belt long. Period. Either she drops it to Liv Morgan, which is most likely to happen, or Rhea Ripley comes back and she beats her for the title. I don't see Rhea staying out that long. I did see the report on her injury. It's a shoulder sprain. It's not a shoulder she's not going to get surgery on it. It's just she's letting it rest. She's not doing anything with it. And the recovery time, they said, is somewhere between 4 to 6 weeks. But they're probably going to keep her out for 3 months until SummerSlam, as they should. It's like with CM Punk. CM Punk is essentially healthy. His elbow's fine. He took it off. He was working just fine. He's essentially healthy, but they're keeping him out on purpose just to be sure he's healthy enough to keep working, right? Okay, so I expect the same thing with Rhea Ripley. Better safe than sorry. But regardless, she's not going to be out that long. And if that's the case, then yeah, Becky's not going to hold that belt anywhere past SummerSlam. So I can wait. I can wait. I'm not going to lose my mind over Becky Lynch winning it for the 7th time. Because like I told you, if it wasn't going to be Becky, it was going to be Charlotte Flair. You need a star. This is a business decision. And if you think Triple H would not have given Charlotte Flair her 15th championship, you don't know Triple H. Matter of fact, Triple H is a bigger fan of Charlotte Flair than Vince McMahon was. I should tell you something. If you thought that Becky Lynch was, overpushed, overexposed, and if you still think that, if you thought that was going to stop under Triple H, Triple H got his favorites too. He got his favorites too. Charlotte's one of them. So, Liv Morgan fans, wait it out. Wait it out. Take a deep breath. Breathe. Woosah. Give it, I'm asking you to give it at least a month. At least a month and see how things play out. I have a feeling that when we finally do get this heel character off the ground with Liv Morgan and we get her into this role and things get moving, by the time she wins the championship, it will feel right. It will be better than what we're getting right now. So, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Because even I'm just kind of like, what are we doing here? But I like it. I kind of like the idea that I don't know where they're going with this. Because the predictable thing would have been to give it to Liv Morgan. Fuck it. Give it to Liv Morgan. But now we're doing something a little bit more different here. We're taking a detour with the Revenge Tour. Let's see. Let's see how it plays out. Can't hurt, right? Outside of that, I'm not gonna lie, Raw was mad. It was one of those shows that you can just tell they just did as filler to get us to the draft. They're holding us over until the draft on Friday and next week. And then, of course, next Saturday is Backlash. So I expect next Friday to also be a filler episode. So we're going to have a lot of filler going into Backlash. But once we get past Backlash, then we're going to get back into the swing of things. So let's see what happens. A couple of things I do also want to talk about. Chad Gable. Chad Gable went full... What's the name of that sergeant? Not Major Payne. Major Payne. What are you looking at, asses? You plotting on me, boy? Well, let me tell you something, ass. Bleep, 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 bleep. What the hell you laughing at, Porky Pig? You find a piece of candy in your pocket? Oh, God. Oh, that movie was good. If you don't answer me when I'm speaking to you, I'm going to put my foot in your ass. Is that clear, dummy? Do you through? Yo, Major Pain. Yeah, Chad Gable went full Major Pain on the Alpha Academy. That boy said, "You dumb, you stupid. I didn't know they stack shit that high." I love it. And they're like, "Yes, sir." He said, "You're losers." I'm like, yeah, I mean, they're losers. He's right. Now, storyline wise, we know where this is going, right? He's gonna try to motivate them by being an asshole, and it's not gonna work. It's gonna make them worse, but it's gonna motivate the other guys. The Creed brothers. And the Creed brothers are gonna become more aggressive, and they're probably gonna win more matches, and then we'll probably get them beating Awesome Truth, and then we'll get them and Chad Gable probably win the championships in the future. So, yeah. Let's see where it goes. Do I like it? No, I don't. I still rather have Chad Gable be a babyface, because you had something, but they're going with something else. We'll see how it plays out. We're gonna see how it plays out. It's too late now. Like, he's fully in heel mode now. It is hard for him to go back to being a babyface now. He's in full heel mode. You can't go back. We're here now. Let me see what else we got here. I love the opening promo with Jey Uso and Damian Priest. I thought they had good chemistry, like really good chemistry. Awesome Truth defeated DIY, and Tommaso Ciampa said, "I'm out." Imperium lost to New Day, and Ludwig Kaiser beat the fuck out of Giovanni Vinci. So Imperium is done, and it's just Giovanni and Gunther. So they're breaking up a lot of stables. They're teasing breakups with Judgment Day. You had Santos Escobar show back up. So, yeah, I'm thinking Judgment Day is going to be broken up after the draft. Speaking of Judgment Day, this just came in. Finn Balor has signed a new long-term contract with the WWE. And check this out. It's for big money. Homeboy's about to get a bus. Finn Balor signed a big contract for a long time and for some big money. Okay, Finn Balor. So I suspect he's moving to SmackDown. We need to get the Demon. We need to rebuild the Demon, by the way. We need to rebuild Finn Balor because he needs it badly. Drew McIntyre had a segment with Sheamus where he addressed the elephant in the room. I'm not the only one that saw it last week. I'm like, he's a little chubby. Still Sheamus, but he's a little chubby. And I was like, oh no. Is Drew gonna call it out? And he's like, well, Sheamus, you're no longer having banger after banger after banger. Now you're having burger after burger after burger. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? Burger. Damn. That boy pulled the Scott Steiner. He's fat! And essentially, they're just building for the future. I'm assuming Bronson Reed will take on Sami Zayn at the pay-per-view. I basically covered everything. We're going to go ahead and get into the Raw review. We're going to go ahead and break things down, like how we do it. We're going to look at the super chats. We're going to look at the live chat. By the way, how we liking the new cover? How we liking things? We liking the live chat and the main cover now? You like it? What up, people? What's good? How you doing? That boy pulled a soft on him. Hey, how you doing? Well, what do we got over here? I love it. I miss Enzo Amore, man. You know, a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room. So we're gonna go ahead and get to the shout outs. And if you got a problem with that, then there's only one word to describe you, and I'm gonna spell it out for you. SAWFT. Soft. If this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, you're at it. Help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership, click that join button, and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can also like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, just Alyx Central. Just Alyx Central. Got something caught in my throat there for a second. 1 second. Don't worry, I'm not soft. Where was I? Like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, give me a follow on Cameo, give me a follow on Threads. Most importantly, give me a follow on TikTok. Hopefully, we'll keep it, because who knows what the US is gonna do. It might get banned, but until then, I will remain the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, Venmo, and yes, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalyxsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi, and please get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Get you an old school Deluxe t-shirt, get you a new school Alyx is World t-shirt, but most importantly, say it with me, get you a blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie, America, the remix t-shirt made by It's J Knox and Firestar Heart. All this down below in the description box. Today's sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, is SeatGeek. If you are looking for a discount on tickets, maybe for a wrestling event, maybe for a concert, maybe for a sporting event, I don't know. Maybe you want to go to SmackDown this week. Maybe you want to go to Dynamite this week. Maybe there's a pay-per-view you're looking forward to in the future. You can get your tickets off of SeatGeek right now. And if you use SeatGeek to get your tickets, you can use my promo code, JustAlyx, to get $20 off your first purchase. If that's something that interests you, then how's about we get a quick word from our sponsor, and then we can get to some shout out. Today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek. If you're a wrestling fan looking for access to great seats for any wrestling event near you, then you want to use this app. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek stands as the unrivaled #1 ticketing app in the market today. SeatGeek constantly delivers incredible deals on ticket prices. When you're exploring the app, keep an eye out for the special green dots that mark the best deals. What's even better is that every ticket you purchase is backed by SeatGeek's buyer guarantee, with the option to return your tickets and even swap them before the events. So here's an exclusive for you. If you click the link down below and use the promo code JustAlyx, you can get $20 off your first purchase. Yes, $20 off any ticket that you purchase using the promo code JustAlyx. This is a sweet deal that you could use literally right now. So don't wait. Click the link, download the app, and join the SeatGeek family today. Thank you all so much for joining me for this live show. I'm loving the energy. So let's get right to it. If this is the first time you're joining us in the live chat, we have ourselves a ritual. The first thing we're going to do is like the video, because the more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost that algorithm. Boost that algorithm. There it is. Say it right the first time. Third time. By hitting that right button. Did I say right button? What's up, Doc? I'll be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits. By hitting that like button. Dagnabbit. By the way, I just saw that I'm already halfway to 42,000 subscribers. We literally hit 41,000 this past week. I'm already halfway to 42,000. The fastest growing channel and all of YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. And it's because of you hitting the like button and sharing. So if you want more people in the live chat, interacting and having fun, continue to hit the like button. Real quickly, Discord is closing in on 200 followers. We are at, I think, literally 190 followers. We are 10 away from 200. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, join the Discord right now. Most importantly, show your love to the moderators. Ultra, Shine 7 Firestar Heart, Alyx, Adimi, New Japan Pro Wrestling Go, Khalil does everything, and Big MGM, because they help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lineup of super chats ready to be played. Let's not waste any time. Let's get it.
I need your love, I need your time, I need to be free with you tonight, I need your love.
Welcome to the post-game Raw on the Just Alyx channel. I am the megastar who is your Snapchat champ. Let everyone know whose game this is. Corp CA, yeah, hi.
I think you meant Super Chat champ. Snapchat champ? Super Chat. He meant Super Chat champ. Or also maybe Snapchat. I don't know. But the champ is here!
I need your love.
Uh-oh.
I need your time, I need to be free with you tonight, I need your love.
The reason why Becky Lynch won was because she was looking for a FOYGHT.
A fight? A fight? Is that what that is? 3 Diglets, the A and B Convos Super Chat champion, is also making his presence known. I think 3 Diglets wants to take Corp CA's belt at SummerSlam. That would be quite the interesting battle. Can't wait for that. Got some people subscribing. Again, thank you all for subscribing to Alyx's World. You're continuing to make me the premier channel for YouTube reviews in terms of professional wrestling and many more. Thank you.
Why you not think about Liv Morgan win at Backlash?
Because I want to give him room, because who knows what he has planned. Long-term story says it's going to be Liv and Rhea Ripley. But we still need to establish Liv Morgan. So I'm willing to give it a shot. Right? Let's let it play out. Because I think we all know maybe Liv should have won that title. I don't know. We'll give it a shot.
I need your love, I need your time, I need to be free with you tonight, I need your love.
I plan on being on the Mount Rushmore of the Snapchat champs, and my Mount Rushmore is Flair, Hogan, Taker and Sting. American Alpha for life. I am against Becky being the champ. It should have been Liv.
So Flair, Hogan, Taker, Sting is a great Mount Rushmore. Alpha Academy, thank you. We agree. And yeah, it will be Liv. We're just gonna give it a little bit more time. We'll see what they got planned for us. Couldn't hurt. So, ladies and gentlemen, please show your love to the Super Chat champ, Corp CA. I should note that former Super Chat champ nickname Mai seems to be hiding. He hiding on the AEW reviews. When we did the AEW live stream on Sunday, nickname Mai told the world, I don't give a damn about what the fans want. Uh-oh. Has he abandoned the fans? Is he no longer the man we thought he was? Has he shunned the world for personal gratitude? And if that's the case, then maybe Corp CA came in at the right time. Because there was a hole left when that Super Chat Championship was no longer in the hands of the Tribal Chief. But now that he's here, he's also got people aiming to take that belt from him. People like 3 Diglets, people like Franklin Torres, and many others. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a great time to be invested in the Super Chat Championship. We got mega stars, mega main event players, and we got storylines more bigger than anything you'll see on All Elite. Suck it, Tony! Choose your sides. Who is your tribal chief? Is it Nickname My or is it Corp CA? Let me know who you acknowledge. But that's for the future. Let's talk about right now. Let's get to these shout outs. No better place to start than with the Ace Squad. Ladies and gentlemen, I see them. You love them. You can't get enough of them. The two biggest reactors here in the wrestling space on YouTube. The greatest, the best, the number one. They're the ones and we the twos. You know how it is. Say hello to A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. Good to have you here, A&B. Thank you so much for joining me. Loved your stream. Didn't stay in a long time. Can't lie to you. There was a lot that I had to deal with. But I am here, ladies and gentlemen, to give you this review and also let you know that A&B Convos, that these guys are the shiznit, if you will. All right, let's keep going. Who else we got in here? We got da-da-da-da, da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's your Pink Panther. Pink Panther in his house. We got your goatness, Lauren Biggs. We got John. Not to be confused with John Cena, but just simply John. We got JJ. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? JJ Bulldog. We got the Jameson 100. The Jameson 100. I also see JQ, James, Joseph Winters, Anthony White, JB Snackin'. That's an awesome name. Is it Kaijin Productions? Ooh, Kaijin Productions. I like that name. We also got Highway Dylan Danger. Dylan Danger. 850 Big Boy. What's up, Big Boy? Big Boy in his house. D Pikachu. That's an interesting name, D Pikachu. Lots of Pokemon fans in here. Good to have you. Joe Arredondo. I also see XX Cold Fire. No idea who that is. That's a new one.
Core Christie, with all due respect, I ain't going for that title unless Nickname MY shows up at SummerSlam. Because to be the MANNNN, woo, you gotta beat the man.
Wow. 3 Diglets just disrespected Corp CA. He said, Corp CA, you ain't worthy of this belt. Corp CA, you ain't no Nickname My. Because to me, Nickname My is the greatest. He said to his face, acknowledge Nickname My. Damn. Why you gotta do him like that, 3 Diglets? Why you gotta do him like that? See, now he's gotta show you up. Now he's gotta show y'all up. He's gotta prove. He's gotta prove to the world that he is the tribal chief. Man, why you do him like that? Riley Tucker, why y'all do him like that? Come on now. Marco Valderrama? That's that right? Marco Valderrama. Mr. Unfamiliar. Oh, a lot of YouTube members in here too. The Beat Jr. I love this. Sean Swaby. Baby! And the last one's gonna go to, please don't be offended, it's gonna go to Shadow Star, who's showing love to A&B Combos. Lots of love for A&B Combos in the live chat. You love to see it. And you love to feel it. A&B Combos, this is family. Like we're family with you, you are always welcomed here. And I appreciate y'all for continuing to be here in the live chat.
I need your love.
What we got here?
Franklin and LaFiend 3D, thank you for making me famous and being my victims. I'm not locked in the cell with you, you're locked in the cell with me. Like Thanos, I will snap you out of existence.
Ooh, the champ said, just bring it. See, Corp CA, he might be a new champion, but he ain't no pushover. Corp CA says, I am a fighting champion, and I am here to take names and kick ass. Or as Kick-Ass says, take ass and kick names. That was actually a quote from Kick-Ass. Anyways, yeah, this is gonna be quite the battle for SummerSlam, but that's SummerSlam. We got a long ways off. But the build-up is gonna be one of legend. And I also think, for the record, I have a feeling that Nickname I wants to get this belt on AEW All In, not SummerSlam. So I'm pretty sure he will be there because he knows that AEW is coming up to his biggest event. He wants the belt on that live stream. So I have a feeling. What is happening right now? What is happening right now?
Let me tell you something, Core Christe. You and your Snapchat title can get the hell on Jack. And what you gonna do when the largest arms on the world wrap around your tiny little head, dude?
Oh my god. What you gonna do when Hollywood 3 Diglets and his 20-inch pythons run wild on you, brother? This is the greatest build-up I've ever seen. This is the greatest build-up. The greatest build-up in the entire world. Brother. Okay. I hate to do this to y'all. I'm going to have to put a pause, just for a little bit, on this storyline between 3 Diglets and Corp CA. We can get back to it. This is one of those, alright, let's move on to something else. Let's do the review for my actual fans. And then at the end of the stream, we can get back. I love this. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to get this anywhere else. We have legit storytelling throughout the entire stream. We have storytelling with the super chats. We have storytelling with the wrestling. We have storytelling everywhere. You won't get this anywhere else. And the YouTube wrestling spec is up right here in Alyx's world, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. No offense, AAB combos. No offense. I love you. Maybe one day you'll be where I am, and then you'll be getting the storylines with your Super Chat championships. But you see, we do things differently here. Because you stomping with the big dogs? You're playing with the big boys now. Here in Alyx's world. I can't wait to get back to it. But we do have a Raw to discuss. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's episode of Raw was live, and I'm gonna actually look up the city because I gotta stop not writing the cities down because we are talking about attendances, and WWE has been touting record sellouts. They were live in the OHIO, Columbus, Ohio. How many people were there live? And it looked like a full house. I have a feeling it was a sellout because the last time I checked WrestleTix, it was actually somewhere in the 10,000s. And based off of what I saw on TV, it looked like a complete sellout. But let me see here. Yep, it was a complete sellout, and it was 10,000. Now that building they're in, what is that? The Schottenstein. Did I say that right? Center. And look at capacity. It sees 18,000. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't. 18,000? Did I see? Okay, is this the right one? Okay, let me do Ohio. Nope, 18,000. Never mind. Well, it looks full as fuck, so. Says here on WrestleTix they only sold 9,000. So it didn't look half full. It couldn't have been no 9,000. But anyways, it was a big audience. It looked full. But look, we'll definitely get to those numbers later. It is getting kind of hard to keep up with. I did think that the crowd was hot, and they were, for the most part, invested. There were a couple of segments in there that they were dry for. It's going to happen sometimes. But, yeah, I do think it was a good crowd tonight. The show desperately needed it because, let's be real, the rest of the show was not that great. It wasn't all that great. But, yeah, it wasn't bad either. It was decent. Overall, the show was decent. It got enough in to get us by because of the draft on Friday and Monday. And so I'm not going to really keep you here this long to talk about the show. I'm just going to hit the stuff that I thought was great. Number one, the opening segment with Jey Uso. Jey Uso came out, bro, and got I swear to God, the pop of a lifetime. This man is Jesus. He is over like over. He is over than over. He is over. The definition of over. He got out there, had the entire crowd raising the roof. Every time he spoke, he got them to eat. It was dope. Now, before he can talk, Damian Priest does interrupt him. Damian Priest, the World Heavyweight Champion. He tells Jey to take it easy. Take it easy, brother. He just came to talk, and he wanted to tell him that his whole presentation, the vibe suits him. And he congratulates Jey Uso on being very popular with the audience. Priest says they went to war last year, but he wants to talk about one specific night he's never spoken about. And Jey can tell him if he's lying. Jey whooped him so bad that he went up to him in the locker room and told him he earned his respect and offered him to go out. Drinks on him. They went out, they drunk. Jey Uso apparently took an Uber. So they have respect for one another. But now he stands proud here with him because he was right. He was right. He said Jey would be someone special, and Jey is. Well, half right. He was next. And the title proves it. Because Jey is not the world champion. Damian Priest is the world champion. And he says that Jey Uso is just fodder. Corporate says that Damian Priest is the next long-term champ. Corporate says that he will be the new Roman Reigns. So as you know, Corporate is basically setting up Jey Uso to lose to Damian Priest. Ooh, we going there? You are fodder for me. They are feeding you to me, Jey Uso. Wow. And then Jey said, okay, is that how it's going to be? Jey let him know. Jey came back with the fire. He said, look here. Hold on, let me get this back. He said, okay, he asked if that's what he sees. He says, another tag team guy. Well, that's strong coming from the leader of Judgment Day, a position he only has because Rhea Ripley got hurt. Ooh. And then he says, tell mommy I said, ah. Tell mommy I said, ah. I mean, that's kind of all. That's what we all do. Men and women when we see Rhea Ripley. Ah. Hit. Anyways, and all that makes him is Dominik Mysterio's bitch. Damian did what he did. Cashed in the title. Made himself a WWE champ. But he's not getting fed to Priest. Jey Uso ain't nobody's bitch. Priest is being fed to him because Jey Uso will be the next champ. And if you believe so, let me hear you say, yeet! And then JD McDonagh attacks him. And then Jey Uso gets some offense on JD. And then accidentally ends up kicking Damian Priest. Maybe on purpose. And then, yeah. Damian Priest gets pissed off that JD McDonagh fucked up the segment. And then Damian Priest is like, look, anytime you guys are involved with my shit, it goes wrong. So we go backstage, and then he's talking to Dominik Mysterio. He's talking to JD. He's talking to Finn. He's letting them know, y'all, you fucking up my shit. Quit fucking up my shit. Now, Dominik Mysterio has his arm in a sling. In case you guys are wondering, Dominik Mysterio is injured. That is not a kayfabe injury. He is hurt. Dominik Mysterio is legit hurt. And so, as a result of him being hurt. I don't think he's going to be doing anything physical inside the ring for a while. That being said, I don't see him missing TV either. I think they are going to do something with him and Liv Morgan. For real. I have a feeling that he's on TV for a reason, and he's going to be leaving Rhea Ripley very, very soon. But I thought it was funny. So Santos Escobar shows up because he was invited by Dominik Mysterio to take his place in a tag match involving Andrade, Ricochet, and then Santos and JD. So we're building or keeping this relationship going between Dominik Mysterio and Santos Escobar, because I'm expecting Legado del Fantasma to be moved to Raw. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like they're gonna do. But we'll see. We'll definitely see. Regardless, they're breaking up the Judgment Day. They're breaking them up. It's about time. Speaking of breakups, DIY. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa took on the tag team champs, the Awesome Truth. Match was good. You kind of knew that DIY was going to lose here, and they did. They lost. They're 2 over. By they, I mean the Awesome Truth is 2 over. They're not going to drop the belts right now. I love DIY, but let's just be real. They haven't really been knocking it out of the park since they've been back. They've been kind of cold, especially with that theme song. Oh my God. We are DIY. I don't like it. I don't like it. I miss when we had the manly dun 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 dun. Come on, dun 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 dun. Remember that? Remember that? Now we got this DIY. Yeah. These name songs. What you doing, Death Rebel? But anyways, they lost, and then afterwards, Johnny Gargano goes to shake their hands, and Tommaso Ciampa said, "Psych!" Ciampa just left. He said, "I ain't shaking your hand, bitch. Get that hand out of my way." I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's clear that they're getting ready to break up Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. It's probably for the best. They need to go their separate ways right now. Maybe they can come back together later, but right now, just separate them. They'll probably be on different rosters anyway, so we'll see. Gunther! Nah, 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 nah. Gunther came back. He is heading to the ring with Imperium. And he essentially talks about how he took time away to digest everything that happened. And he wants to say he elevated the Intercontinental Championship back to a height that it's never been before. He became the greatest champ in history, and his name will forever be embedded in the history of the title. I agree. For almost 2 years, he was walking around with a target on his back, and the pressure that goes with that. And so he thinks Sami Zayn did him a favor when he took the title off of him. So no longer does he have the title on his back or a target on his back. It's now on Sami's back. And Gunther gets to go back to being the Hunter. And then he enters into the men's King of the Ring. That's who should win. And then he's interrupted by the New Day. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods is like, I'm gonna usurp you, and I'm going to be the new King of the Ring, or remain the King of the Ring, because he was King of the Ring the last time. I forgot all about that. But Gunther's like, man, shut your ass up. Imperium, handle my lightweight. So we got yet another Imperium versus DIY match. Psych. Imperium versus New Day match. Still thinking about DIY, apparently. New Day match. And the match was fine. Their Falls Count Anywhere match is not going to be topped. That match was great. This was just a regular match, and the New Day just won. They beat Giovanni Vinci. And then as soon as New Day walk out with the victory, and you see Ludwig Kaiser come up behind Giovanni Vinci, he's rubbing his head. Make a wish. Close your eyes. Make a wish. I'll make... He's rubbing his head. He's carrying him by the hand. He's going to lead him outside. And this entire time I'm like, okay, just do it. You're going to turn on him. He's going to turn on him. You're going to turn on him. And there it is. Giovanni Vinci gets turned on. He gets attacked. He gets thrown into the ring post. And Ludwig Kaiser just rips him to shreds. Just beats him down. Stomps on him. Carries him over to the steel steps. He's going to do that running dropkick that he did to Kofi Kingston. And then, security comes out, stops him. And then he's like, okay, I'm calm. Woosah. Psych! And then he runs around the ring, hits that running drop kick that looked amazingly devastating on Giovanni Vinci, takes him out. The crowd's chanting, holy shit, as they should, because that was a holy shit moment. And then we go back to Gunther, who's standing backstage with Giovanni. No, not Giovanni. Giovanni's out. Ludwig Kaiser. And Ludwig Kaiser gets the nod of approval from Gunther. Gunther, that son of a bitch. What a son of a bitch. They are booking Gunther like the ultimate boss. There's the final boss and there's the ultimate boss. I love it. Love that he awakened a darker side. What does this mean? It means Imperium is done. At least this iteration of Imperium is done. I have a feeling we're going to be bringing in William Regal's son. Forgot his name. But William Regal's son is on NXT right now. I think they're going to move him up, and he is going to be a part of Imperium. What does Giovanni Vinci do? I have no idea. Figure that one out later. But I loved it. That was great. Let me see here. Andrade El Idolo gets a video package. That's nice. And then we get Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. I love this segment. Loved it. Drew comes out, gets CM Punk chance, sits down. Pipe bomb! Cross-legged. In response to the CM Punk chance, and he warns the camera operator to not shoot up his kilt. Ugh. Thanks for that, Drew. Before asking the crowd why they chant for CM Punk with all the evidence that he's actually a hater and he hates fans, and the only person he hates more is himself. Jesus Christ. Drew talks about how professional wrestling doesn't love him as much as he loves it. He complains about losing out on the number one contendership before saying he's not complaining, and enters the King of the Ring, so he's also going to be in the King of the Ring tournament. Sweet. He won't win because you know who's going to screw him over, right? Exactly. Enter Sheamus. Sheamus! It's a shame that they lobster head. Too many pies. Wait. Anyways, Sheamus pies. I'm wrong. Sheamus berates him for whining like a little bitch. It didn't say bitch, but guess what? Says Drew is the only person here who won't take responsibility for his own mistakes. Sheamus says he should be standing here with the world title around his waist, but over a meme and a t-shirt, he threw it all away because he couldn't get over his obsession with CM Punk. Sheamus then says they partied and they fought, and as friends, he needs to tell him the truth. A one-armed CM Punk kicked his arse. Drew says Sheamus knows how CM Punk has affected his career, and Sheamus says the obsession is going to take his career down. Drew responds, saying if he wants hard truths, well, before Sheamus was hurt, it was banger after banger after banger. And now he says it's burger after burger after burger after burger because he's fat. Too many pies. It's a shame for fame. Lobster head. Get it? Okay. He's fat. Anyways. That was a great line, by the way. That was a great line. Burger after burger. He's like, you got me. Even Sheamus was laughing. I'm like, that was good. That was good. He says, for getting a real good one-liner. But then the thing is, Sheamus says he can lose to weight, but McIntyre can't lose stupid. Damn. So stop blaming everyone for your mistakes. Drew talks about how everyone mocked Sheamus backstage. Sheamus says he doesn't care, and McIntyre says, well, he should care because he's the only person who cares about him. And so he tells him to watch your back. Ooh. And then Nakamura comes out, and it's Nakamura. He's not going to win any matches anytime soon. I wouldn't be surprised if Nakamura gets released soon. So Sheamus beats Nakamura because why not? He just beats him. He tears that ass up. So Sheamus, hits the bro kick, and afterwards, it's basically him staring out with Drew McIntyre. Yay! Sami Zayn backstage is all like, I'm here to listen to what Chad Gable has to say. And then Bronson Reed walks up and goes, hi, I'm Bronson Reed. Sammy's like, okay. The fuck you on? He says, your title, bitch! And then he slaps him. That's exactly how it went. Exactly like that. What? The 3 fingers! Stay in the face! And then he beat the shit out of Sami Zayn. That's staying up a match, I'm assuming, at some point, Backlash, I suppose. We'll see. And then we got Major Pain. I mean, Chad Gable. Because even though he's a heel, even though he is a heel, nothing's changed. I'm still proud to be an American and a big Chad Gable fan. Oh, thank you! That's never going to change. So Chad Gable comes out with Alpha Academy. He gets inside the ring, gets on the microphone, and says what he did was justified to Sami Zayn. He says him and Sami tore the house down, and Sami walked out as champion. And it was a great story that he could accept, but it wasn't good enough, and Sami had to rub it in. He waved the title in front of his face, but Chad took it in stride and gave him his moment. But that wasn't enough. Sami then went to hug his wife and celebrate with his family. When Chad knew that's what he wanted. Sami knew that's what Chad wanted, and he still do it. He did that to spite Chad, and Chad snapped, and he attacked Sami Zayn. He had it coming. He had it coming. He had it coming. Sami had himself to blame. If you had been there, if you had seen it, then you would have snapped his ankle. That's how the song goes, I swear to God. Oh, but then this is where it gets good. He said he wasted his time training Sami Zayn and a bunch of freaking losers. And then he turns around to Alpha Academy. Maxine Dupree, of course, Akira Tozawa, and Otis. He says, you're a bunch of freaking losers. Allahu. Zahar. And this is where we get Major Pain. He goes up to Akira Tozawa. He's like, what are you looking at, asses? You plotting on me, boy? And he goes up to Otis and like, bleep, 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 bleep. What are you laughing at, Porky Pig? Find a piece of candy in your pocket. Then he went up to Maxine, fine ass Maxine Dupree, and said, you dumb bitch. He literally said, you dumb. Girl, you dumb. He literally looked at her and said, you dumb as rocks. I was like, God damn. He ran them down. And I can't lie, it was great. The way he was writing them down was like, you piece of shit. He said they've all proven to be on the shelf without to be the biggest disappointments. But they can make it up to him by helping him win the Intercontinental title. He says, you're going to do it no matter what. Now say it. Say it, bitch. Say it to my face. Say it to my face. Alex Riley. Now, clearly this is setting up for Alpha Academy to be breaking up soon, because I do expect Gable will be teaming with the Creed brothers. So that's going to be his new team. Ivy Nile will go heel along with the Creeds, and it's going to be a professional wrestling heel stable. And I think the Creeds being heels is actually going to be fire. And Ivy Nile as a heel is going to be fire as well. So I'm very excited to see what they do here. Hopefully leads to a championship run with Chad Gable. Please. We'll see. Yeah, this was great. I don't like it because I would rather Chad Gable be a babyface, but God, is he a good heel. God, that's a good heel right there. And, it's fun. It's fun to see him tear down Alpha Academy. And he's going to get his comeuppance, and it's going to be fun because he's going to make it fun, right? All right, let me see here. This is when Dominik Mysterio went backstage to talk to Ricochet, and then we get that face-off with Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio, and then it just cuts to black, and you're like, okay, what was that? Hopefully it leads to something. We get Andrade El Idolo and Ricochet beating JD McDonagh and Santos Escobar. And then post-match, Damian Priest attacks and lays out the babyfaces before running up to Dominik Mysterio and yelling at him in Spanish. And then Dominik Mysterio and JD were like, dude, we're your team. And then Damian Priest was like, no, he ain't, bitch. He didn't say that, but he was just like, I got this. I don't need y'all to help me. I'm a champion. I'm a fighting champion, bitch. And I think after that, we had a couple of promos. Becky Lynch did a one-shot promo, basically talking to everybody. Runs across Maxine Dupree. She says, you have an opportunity tonight. Show out. Show us what you got. And then we get the main event, the Battle Royale for the Women's Championship. Women's World Championship. It was fine. A couple of character moments in there. You know, Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell got a chance to shine before getting eliminated by Maxine Dupree. Maxine Dupree looked really good. She looked really good, especially up against Nia Jax. She looked really good for like 5 seconds, and then she got eliminated. So that was fun. Yeah, it was a fun match. So Piper Niven got a chance to shine. She was supposed to put Becky Lynch through a table, but the table wouldn't break. I am the table. The table would not break. Especially after Nia Jax tried to do a Samoan drop with Nia. Nia tried to do a Samoan drop on Piper with Becky Lynch on the table. And the table still wouldn't break. The table would not break no matter what. It was great. It was awesome. It was hilarious. But, you know, they're getting tossed over the top rope. My girl Chelsea Green in there playing the best character work, getting eliminated and said, nah. Referee didn't see it. Psych. That was funny. That was great. But ultimately, it came down to the usual three. You know who it is. Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, and Becky Lynch. Right? And so, by this point, I was thinking, like, well, okay, they're going to get rid of Nia. And it's going to be Liv and Becky, right? So they're fighting, and then Nia goes over the top rope, and so I'm thinking, okay, well, Liv has to win this. It's going to be Liv, right? Nope! Becky ends up eliminating Liv, and it came down to the wire. I'm like, they're both on the outside? Oh, this is a close match. Liv is going to beat her. Nope. Becky just beats her. Becky beats her, and then she becomes the 7-time women's champ. And I'm sitting here going, really? That was a layup. But like I said before in the intro, I'm going to give it some time. I suspect that there is a long-term plan. That there is a long-term plan with Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch. And the plan is to give Liv Morgan a heel run. And I'm excited for that. So, yeah. Becky Lynch, congratulations. 7-time world champ, women's champ. I am suspecting things will get a little bit more spicy with Liv Morgan over the next few months. Especially with Dom Mysterio. Now that Rhea Ripley's gone. So, how do you guys feel? I thought Raw was decent. It wasn't terrible, but there was enough good things in there to make it enjoyable. It was decent. Felt like filler. But we'll see. We'll see where things turn out to be after the draft. Because we got draft on Friday, and then draft on Monday, and then a filler episode next Friday, and then Backlash. Once we get past Backlash, then we'll see where we end up. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Raw. It wasn't bad. I didn't think it was a bad show. I kind of enjoyed myself. All right, so we're gonna turn things over to the live chat here. I'm gonna hang out with y'all for a little bit to see what y'all in here doing, what we got planned. But thank you all so much. I appreciate you for making me a part of your day. Big update. I wanted to talk about it here. Unfortunately, my sponsorship with Aura actually just came to an end today. Aura was a big one. That was perhaps my biggest sponsorship yet. And look, It had nothing to do with people and conversions. Look, the truth is this. Ladies and gentlemen, I am one person. You know, I don't have a team. I don't have a marketing expert or anyone to help me with this. What I have because of you. And I have people that come to me asking to promote their products. And I do. Now, a lot of you, not just people on YouTube, but Facebook, Twitter, you invest in those products to support me. And I appreciate that. But these are big business people. They want a return on their investment. The people in Aura felt like they weren't getting a return on the investment they had in me. Now, I was getting paid a lot of money. So I can't be mad, right? I can't be upset that things didn't work out. But, it does suck. It does suck that I lost Aura. Hopefully, as time goes by, things will get a little bit better for me. I am expecting and hoping for a new sponsorship. I have signed up for more. And hopefully, with these new sponsorships, I can maybe make more money. I'm hoping we can get a real one. The sponsorship I hope I can make happen, honestly, is one with like Raycons, or like I have one with SeatGeek. SeatGeek's amazing. But I need a big one. Like something with earbuds or headphones or t-shirts or sports or like movie tickets. Like oh my god, Fandango would be massive. And like for every movie ticket you use my promo code to get percentage. Like that would be fucking dope. My goodness, I would be rolling in dough with those sponsorships, but or partnerships. But unfortunately, you know, I'm gonna have to weigh it out a little bit. It is unfortunate, but what else can I do, right? What else can I do other than say thank you to Aura for sponsoring me, and we'll see where things go. It's a business. You know, I'm having the biggest growth I've ever seen, ever in my life. I'm hoping that this new sponsorship that comes up, these new opportunities that come my way, I can make work for me in my channel. And so, understand this, fans. Like, these sponsorships, these people that invest money, they're doing it because they expect me to get their product noticed. So, in the future, understand when I put these products out, that's why I give time to sponsorships. Because it's through those sponsorships that keep me doing what I do. It helps pay the bills. It helps me get keep everything going swimmingly, if you will. So, thank you all for being here. All right, let me see what y'all in here talking about. What y'all in here talking about? I see that A&B combos had to leave. All right, thank y'all for being here. Did we get any response from the champ Corp CA after Hollywood 3 Diglets dropped $100? Let me see. Did Trump respond? I think he did. I said, where you at, Corp CA? Where you at? He said, LaFiend 3D, I hope that you're ready to be deleted because I am ready to take you out. Who is my? It doesn't matter what his name is. It doesn't matter what his name is. Only I am relevant to the cause. Damn, the champ said, bitch, I'm the champ. I run this. You can talk your shit, but when it comes down to it, I am the greatest. Adam Lempinski says, out of the 4 different YouTubers that I checked out the WrestleMania 40 week, this is the only channel I subscribe to. Wow. Thank you, Adam. Thank you so much. So you watched Solid Monster, JD, maybe Fightful Select, and you subscribe to me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. That means a lot. Let me see here. Oh man, like, the donations have been crazy. This is perhaps the most successful my channel has been in terms of financial gain, revenue. Thank you. I genuinely thank all of you for continuing to make me a part of your day, and the memberships, all of it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Xavier Jackson, these super chat battles are almost as entertaining as Dynasty last night. Damn, my friend, they're the greatest. I'm telling you, we have storylines here. We don't play around. We don't fuck around when it comes to super chat championships. It's one of the best in the world. You already know. Oh, y'all were going crazy over that $100 donation from Hollywood 3 Diglets. Dylan Danger. Goddamn, 3 Diglets. Man, 3 Diglets is marking his territory. That boy said, I run both shows. I run A&B Combos and I run Just Alyx. Mr. Unfamiliar. Hollywood 3 Diglets with the Samoan Spike out of nowhere. A&B Combos. 3 Diglets doesn't stop with the big dogs. He is a big dog. I like it. A&B Combos, you got a surprise. 3 Diglets says he has a surprise for you. It'll be ready by SummerSlam. Wow. Wow. That's crazy, man. The support, the love. Thank you all for supporting A&B Combos, by the way. You guys don't have to give them any kind of love, but you do. And I'm pretty sure that if they could have stayed, they would have stayed. Y'all were wrong for these burger emojis. Burger after burger after burger, cause he fat. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Scott Steiner, man, I still crack up during that the Samoa Joe promo that Scott Steiner cut. He's fat.
You're relevant to these nuts.
Oh, God. The heat that we building, man. The heat. I'm telling y'all. SummerSlam is going to be the greatest Super Chat battle in history. I have a feeling that Nickname Mai is keeping an eye on things. But the storyline is crazy. You had Franklin Torres disown Nickname Mai. Franklin Torres said, my tribal chief is now Corp CA. But Franklin, I don't know, man. Like, could Franklin Torres stand up to 3 Diglets, though? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is easily the greatest storyline in the world. Oh my God! Speaking of Franklin Torres, Jesus Christ, Franklin, my buddy, what are you doing? Lord, have mercy. Have mercy on us all. Thank you. They really going at it, y'all. I hope you're seeing this battle and understand that this ain't no picnic table. This is a war for this championship, ladies and gentlemen, and I love it. I love it. Let me see here. Gonna need some Charlotte Flair. And what did I tell y'all? I told you if it wasn't gonna be Becky Lynch, it was gonna be Charlotte Flair. That was no, and that ain't no lie. That wasn't a lie. That wasn't a lie. Whether you like it or not, ladies and gentlemen, WWE is in the business. It's in business, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, man, Franklin Torres, it's gonna play in a second. I don't know why it's taking so long for these super chats to play right now. I guess it's waiting for the... Oh, it updated. It'll register in a second. I ain't going nowhere. Jesus Christ almighty, y'all. They are not fucking around with these super chats. You love to see it. Thank you for the support. Because you know what happens, right? Anytime Three Diglets donates, that brings out Franklin Torres. And then anytime Franklin Torres starts to get going, you know that makes Three Diglets go. And here we go. Here we go. There it is.
I will not tolerate the disrespect to my tribal chief brother. Tears of joy.
Damn. Franklin Torres said, you ain't gonna get away with it. If he's Roman Reigns, then I'm Solo Sikoa. You love to see it. You love to see it, man. That boy said, Three Diglets, understand something. You're not just going up against a champ. You're going up against a full-on bloodline. Let me see. Hey, Alyx, I asked about these topics on Dynasty Review, but what were your thoughts on the Nyla Rose situation with the state of Oklahoma? Yeah, and this story on Ronda Rousey and Drew Gulak. Yeah, let me talk about that. We can talk about that. The Nyla Rose situation is... Look, when our wonderful Supreme Court gave power and autonomy to the states on issues like transgenders and, of course, abortion, that is a slippery slope. And so what ends up happening is that now that they have full autonomy, the people in charge who have the power, they now have room to be as xenophobic and basically transphobic as much as they want. And so the state of Oklahoma essentially said, nope, no transgenders can perform in this state because we love Jesus. Oh, Jesus, take the wheel. That's bullshit. It's not like Nyla Rose is performing in the Olympics. See, when we get into real sports, and I've had this conversation too on my last podcast, when it comes to real athletic sports, I can see and understand the issue with having a male performer who's transgender perform with women. Here's my thing. Transgender women, like if you used to be a male, but you're a woman, but you weigh like 200, 500 pounds and you have the athleticism of the men, perform with the men. You get me? Perform with the men. Fuck that shit. If you are an athlete and you're able to meet the same standards as the men, who gives a damn? Transgender women not perform with the men. Because it is an unfair case when women who have different training regimen, who aren't as genetically gifted, get second place by athletic transgenders. I get that. This isn't a real sport. This is kayfabe. So it makes no sense that Nyla Rose got cut the way that she did. I hate that. It's bullshit. It's xenophobic. It's wrong, and that's what it is. The situation with Ronda Rousey and Drew Gulak. Look, again, we can sit here all day and talk about what is consent, how you should talk to women, and of course, people being sensitive, everybody's trying to get canceled for no reason. They're trying to cancel somebody, right? I did read a little bit of the story. Apparently, Drew Gulak was tugging on Ronda Rousey's pants, or like the buttons, or the bow in her pants. Like, I'm trying to think in a situation where that would be okay, right? Like, if they were friends, that's one thing. I think she would have been more okay with it. But apparently, if she made a big deal about it, then they weren't friends. Thank you. Her oh my god, her drawstring. Her drawstring? Okay. Yeah, that changes things up. Well, he was touching her in a way that could be interpreted as sexual. How about that? Yeah, I can't think of a situation where he gets off without coming off creepy. You know, I want to give him a shot. I want to be fair. But why would you be pulling on a girl's drawstring for? Why? Like, even if you want to get her attention. You know what? I was trying to get her attention. Yolanda. Hey, Yolanda! Like, I'm not saying you can't tap her, you know. Maybe a little bit on the arm. Hey, Yolanda, let me talk to you for a minute. Yeah, even on the back of her shoulder. Hey, yo, let me holler at you. Let me holler at you, player. Player. Right? And look here. Maybe he was hitting on her. Which, by the way, there is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a way to go about it. And I'm seeing people say, well, he said he accidentally touched her drawstring. Which, hey, is possible. I don't know what the situation was looking like. I haven't seen any footage. He still touched her drawstring, though. So, I don't know. Like, that's a situation where I need context. I need to see a video of it. But I did see that they wrote him off TV. Did they write him off NXT? They wrote him off NXT. Probably until the investigation is cleared up, and then they'll bring him back, right? But alright, like, yeah, keep him off TV until there's an investigation, and if he did anything creepy, they'll release him. And by the way, someone's asking, like, who touched whose drawstring? So, freaking, Drew Gulak was grabbing Ronda Rousey's drawstring. And I'm gonna have to show him what a drawstring is. So, the drawstring on a woman's pants. Let me see. Okay. Essentially, if I can... Maybe. So, okay, so women's pants, the front part where there's a big string, that's a drawstring. So, I'm trying to think, like, how do you accidentally touch her drawstring? Right? And also keep this in mind, Ronda Rousey is married. That doesn't mean he can't flirt with her. Still, like, again, if they were friends, it wouldn't have been a big deal. So the fact that she made a big deal about it lets me know that they weren't friends. Yeah, but your drawstring. I don't know. I need context. But I am having a hard time trying to come up with a situation where he's innocent. If I'm being honest with you. It ain't looking good for him. But we'll get to that in the future. Alright, guys, thank you so much. Oh my goodness, what a night. Thank you all so much. Do you guys like the new cover? We're going to be trying it out. We're going to be using this cover for the next week. Up until the draft, of course. And then I'll be flipping back and forth between this and then the original championships cover. But if y'all like this, I'll keep this one going. I'll ask Jay Knox to add some decorations to it to make it look a little bit more spursy. But we'll see. Thank you all so much for making me a part of your day. As you follow out to other YouTube things, like the video, subscribe, and click that button to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, and Venmo. Thank you all so much. Thank you, 3 Diglets. Thank you, Franklin Torres. And thank you, Champ, Corp CA, for reminding people Why use the champ? The build up to SummerSlam continues. But until then, this is just Alyx signing out right here in Alyx's world. The place it is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. See you later, people. See you later. Thank you all for being here. I'll catch you guys next time. I'm out of here. Peace.
Oh, when you're